Let's close our eyes and travel back in time. Two ancient humans standing shoulder to shoulder. One a Neanderthal, built like a warrior of stone, his brow heavy, his gaze sharp, as if sculptured by the Ice Age itself. On the other hand, our ancestors, Homo sapiens, learner in build with curious calculating eye that scan the world not just for survival, but for possibilities. But here's the real question. If you handed both of them a smartphone, who would unlock its secret first? The strong survival of the Ice Age or the dreamer who would one day build it? Was the Neanderthal really the brutal we imagined? Or were they smarter than we have ever given credit to them? For more than 300,000 years, Neanderthals thrived across the frozen kingdom of Ice Age Europe, mastering fire, surviving the cold, and carving out a life in one of the harshest worlds our planet has ever known. And then around 40,000 years ago, they disappeared, fading into the mist of time, leaving only us behind. Yet today, new discoveries are breathing life back into their story, revealing that their end might not have been as simple as we once believed. What if the Neanderthals weren't the dumb cousin we thought they were? What if they were just as smart or smarter than us? This is the story of two human sapiens, born by destiny, yet divided by evolution, locked in the silent struggle for survival, intelligence, and the right to shape the future of our world. Before we can determine who was smarter, we must first understand who they truly were. Neanderthals, also known as Homo neanderthalensis, roamed across Europe and parts of Western Asia, characterized by their robust bone and powerful muscles. With brains larger than our on average, they endured harsh winter and hunted massive ice age creatures, including mammoth and woolly rhinoceros. But around 60,000 years ago, a pivotal change occurred. From the vast savanna of Africa, a new species emerged, Homo sapiens. That species is us. We were lighter, more agile, and had evolved in warmer climates. When our path crossed in Europe, the encounter would change the world forever. Were we destined to replace them, or did we simply merge? Let's begin with the fundamental technology. The Neanderthals weren't just using tools, they mastered it. Their modern tools were crafted with remarkable precision and efficiency. Some even fitted with wooden handles bound together using natural glue and resin. They mastered fire, built shelter, and even staged with thread of animal sweat. But Homo sapiens pushed the boundaries further, crafting fish hooks, needles, and the first boat that would change the hunt forever. We took what once meant survival and turned it into expression. Stone became art. That single trait, creativity, may have been the edge that changed everything. For decades, scientists believed Neanderthals communicated only with grunts and gestures, while we speak in poetry and song. But the truth is, their vocal anatomy, especially the hyoid bones, tells a different story. They too had the ability to speak, maybe not like Shakespeare, but likely enough to coordinate hunts, share a story, and soothe a child. Language, the art of complex communication, opened the gateway to imagination itself. It allowed Homo sapiens to dream together, envision things that didn't yet exist, like God, nation, and the future. Art tells the story of who we are, and in that story, the Neanderthals have an unexpected chapter. In caves throughout Spain and France, researchers have discovered red orc marking and pierced shells, evidence of symbolic behavior among Neanderthals. made thousands of years before modern human even arrived. Evidence that Neanderthals were artists in their own right. They showed compassion for the injured, respect for the dead, and a glimmer of something deeply human, which is sorrow. These are not the action of primitive, but of being capable of thoughts, emotions, and humanity. In the frozen landscape of Ice Age Europe, Neanderthals faced relentless challenges, from freezing night to predators and hunger. Their minds were built for survival, sharp, instinctive, grounded in the present. But when the earth itself turned against them, the greatest strength became their greatest weakness. The powerful build came at a cost, which is greater hunger. And in the isolated brain, new ideas were slow to spread. Whereas Homo sapiens, by contrast, thrive through connection. We form larger networks, traded goods and ideas, and adopted faster. Intelligence isn't just about brain size, it's about flexibility. Here's the twist. Neanderthals didn't vanish completely. In fact, if you are of European or Asian descent, you carry about 1 to 2% of Neanderthals DNA. They are part of us. We think Neanderthals as ugly or slow. Details scans showed they had the same brain body ratio as us, and even better eyesight. Their hands were skilled, and their grips were stronger. Some scientists believe Neanderthals had musical instruments, used pigments for decoration, and possibly wore jewelry. The line between them and us is thinner than we ever imagined. When Neanderthals dated from the earth around 40,000 years ago, traces of their genes remain, carried within us today. That genetic inheritance influenced our biology, from immunity and pigmentation to our resilience in cold climate and even higher places. But perhaps their greatest impact was psychological. They remind us that evolution isn't a ladder, but it's a web. Intelligence took many forms. Neanderthals thought, loved, dreamed, and so we do. Maybe in some deeper ancestral way, their story is still being written through us. In 2010, the Neanderthal genomes were sequenced, one of scientists' most astonishing achievements. It revealed interbreeding between Neanderthals and early humans. Later DNA from Siberian caves showed a hybrid girl, half Neanderthals, half Denisovan. Tools found in France suggest Neanderthals and humans shared techniques, maybe even lived side by side. And chemical analysis of Neanderthal teeth showed they ate cooked food, plants, and even used medical herbs. Every discovery blurred the line further. The story of intelligence isn't about us versus them, it's about what we shared. So, who was smarter? Neanderthal or modern humans? Maybe intelligence can't be measured in who survived. Maybe it lies in art, empathy, and adaptation. The Neanderthals were not our failure, they were our mirrors. They showed us what it meant to endure, to care, to think under pressure. And in their extinction lies our inheritance. The story of Neanderthal isn't over. It is written in our DNA, in our dreams, and in our search for meaning. This is history in motion. And next time we explore the mysterious dinosaur, the lost cousin of humanity. So if you have enjoyed this journey into the deep past, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and put your comments below. And join us next time as we continue our journey from stone to civilization.